Hi, another random video reading. I'm doing a lot at night, to be able to late at night. Spending a lot of time sleeping lately. Me, resting from the last years. So, just another message. Hope dares to. Hope better days will come again. Dare to be happy. What would happen if you choose happiness over sadness? It's kind of interesting, kind of cool. I used to have a friend, Hope. It was around when I was in kindergarten before school, and I had friends. I had my friends, which was the three Hollies in the area. We had three Hollies. There was also Hope and Hope. It was all interesting on the farm and blah blah blah. Um, yeah. Okay. So. Okay, so some random cards for the year. Again, I don't have much to do with specifically what to read for. Show all my little sound things. I've got some sound things. I mean, my brother's awake right now, so I can probably make them, but see if I can get rid of some of the negative energy and vibes on this place if I can do it properly. I trained in doing it and then I lost the skill. It's kind of interesting, kind of like eh. Okay, so this year, the Emperor in the reverse. I'm getting someone of a lower position than somebody in somewhere, so someone who's going to be in a lower position of someone. Someone's going to try to stop something from happening, so something is going to be coming towards you in life, like something good is going to be coming towards you in life, and someone is quite envious and quite deceitful and quite jealous. So this person is going to try to stop you getting the opportunity you should and will have in life. They're going to lie, they're going to neglect it, they're going to deflect, they're going to be like, oh, you shouldn't be getting this, they're trying to catch it and they're going to try to take what's yours. Maybe it's a promotion, maybe it's money you're supposed to receive, maybe it's a promotion, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, but someone's going to try to take what should be yours in life, kind of like the last videos about people trying to do success things, make people prettier or uglier. Like, someone's like, I'm going to use YouTube as an example. Someone's like, I want to be as successful as that person, so they do some kind of ritual or spell that takes it from someone. So, like, or some people try to put their unfortunate bad luck into someone, or some people try to put the features they don't find attractive in themselves into another person too, which is weird because you always should be as perfectly beautiful as you need to be to meet the person you're supposed to be in life. We were all made perfect for someone in our own unique ways. I've seen this online video lady on Facebook, which I just found her real account, because it turns out it wasn't her real account, in like an inspirational video lady, and she says people used to bully her for wearing black, and her parents were like, we are Christians, you can't be wearing goth outfits, and I'm like, that the nuns that you follow and worship only wear black, right? Like, why is it that when the nuns wear their specific black outfits that they like to wear all the time, it's okay, but a slightly different version apparently is a big sinful thing? No one ever said it was sinful. Like, where in the Bible does it say dressing a specific way is sinful? It doesn't really. So how can you put words in God's mouth and expect that they should be the ones in trouble for it? Okay, so we have someone's cup flying back into the universe. So someone might have taken energy, or received energy, or got energy from something or somewhere. Someone's going to be, their cup's going to float back into the universe. So someone's going to be giving back to the universe, or giving back to somebody or something. Someone's going to be giving back to the universe, which is interesting. It's a little cloud holding it, and I like clouds. Clouds are like one of my favoriteest things ever. I saw this online video about someone who's like, it's like this beast video, like, oh, you hatched this egg, some of us could have accidentally hatched like this blue dragon, and they called Luna, which was like this storm thunder dragon or something, but this guy, I was kind of like, how cool is it? They hatched this little cloud thing, and it gave them little mushrooms in our head, and I was like, how fucking cool is that? I'm jealous. But in that situation, I'd be happy with whatever I got, because it'd be my little friend. I think it's so cool. Okay. And we've got the Page of Cups. So we've got something that happens at a beach, and to do with a fish, and we've got something being given to someone, a liquid, perhaps a potion, beach at their back. Okay, so I'm not really sure what's this, but um, a person of a lower position or a lower energy or lower being is going to be trying to keep you from keep someone in this situation from getting something that should be theirs or something that is theirs this year. Someone's trying to steal someone's blessings. They're trying to steal someone's fortune, their savings, their money they should be getting. Someone's coming from a point of envy and jealousy and vain. Like, you know, those people out there who are always trying to look for these connections that don't exist and trying to make or manifest these things into existence and be like, yo, there's someone's like, this one time I ate chicken, and then they're like, 5 minutes later, oh, and that one time I ate steak. And then this person's like, chicken or steak? You said you ate chicken and steak. So get your story straight. You said you ate chicken, then you said you ate steak. And there's a conflicting stories. Well, one, they could have eaten them at different times of the day. Two, they didn't say it was the same story. They said two stories not at the same time, and you just assumed. You know, assumption is kind of like close to verging on being a sin, I think. But I don't actually know if it is, so I'm not going to say if it is or not, but yeah. And then someone's abundance is going to flow back into the universe. So someone's releasing something back into the universe, the abundance, the flow of all these things where it should be. Perhaps it's someone realizing about doing beauty rituals being bad because it will take the beauty from somewhere else, which can, I've said this in like a lot of times, put it off someone, make someone look in a direction they shouldn't have had. Someone might walk in front of a car, someone might get into a car crash because of the result of this, from a chain reaction here to there, which is actually because they did it, not because of other forces. It's their own actions coming back on them. Okay, and then we have something actually coming out of this. So in this one, someone's cup, everything's flying back into the universe, putting back to be where it should, so everything should be as it should, not upsetting the scales of balance. And you can have an ocean behind them, so like a lot of water behind them. And out of their cup, there's a fish. So there's fish coming out of this cup. Who knows how many fish can be pulled out of this cup by this person? But when all this gets back, then, you know, it's like going to be in abundance. And they're not going to say they will guarantee, but they might be giving some of this out to people who are supposed to get the fish, not because someone wanted the fish, so they stole the bucket. And they're just tipping the bucket upside down, but no fish are coming out. Kind of reminds me, this is really weird, but apparently this was one of the not normal things I thought was normal that I used to do. I don't know if I can do it anymore, but I would go like this, right? And I was, back when I was smoking marijuana, I had marijuana. It was just like my favorite herb. Like, you know, I was like, I like this herb. I feel like it brings out the truth that we hide in the universe and deny, and things we try to ignore. But it could be wrong because a lot of people go into psychosis. So, with the marijuana, when it was there, I'd have this little bit left and I'd pick it up and I'd go like that, and I thought it was coursing it out or something, but I'd go like this, and I would just make, like, I'd blatantly somehow make like half a fucking bowl of marijuana from one fingertip full of marijuana, and I did not even realize. I just thought I was like coursing it or something. I didn't even question it. But yeah, so someone's going to be getting all these things and these gifts and this abundance and this blessings. They're going to be returning the beauty to where it should be. They're going to be returning the energy, the gifts to where it should be. They're going to undo their blocks on this as well, so the blocks are going to be undone. This cloud is going to represent a more natural force and being. Someone might be sitting grumpy next to a tree because they didn't have what they wanted and they wanted it for this or that reason. But these things are going to get put back to somewhere that they should be in natural forces. Let's see if I can get something about the people in this situation. Okay, so straight up this one for the person who is getting their things stolen. This one about returning it. And this one about, okay, hold on, two. Okay, so we have, where that, I was going to say three, but then it was going to be this one. I'll put this to the side. I was going to say there's three people stealing it, but I keep getting a changing card. Okay. Maybe this is something about the people stealing it, but, okay. Okay, so the person that they're stealing this from is someone to do with justice, a being who is a being of justice and fights for everyone, not just what someone wants in the short run. They're getting what everyone wants in the long run. Okay, there could be a blonde woman with her hair to the side in a ponytail thing. Could be that, maybe it's just because I see blonde at the cut. Also, maybe a black-haired woman in a dress with some little pink or flowers on it involved. This person, someone about the energy getting stolen. Okay, so we have the star in reverse. So a star, this is there, so it's like the star's falling. So there's a star falling to Earth or something that's going to release or return all this energy back to where it should be. maybe I'm getting. I don't know, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Okay, and about these people that are stealing this. One of the people stealing this is very, very much deceitful. They're stabbing all these other people in the back. So one of the people involved in stealing this is basically just looking to get what they want, and they're going to turn on these people and stab them in the back and hurt them and do bad things as soon as they are. I'm getting particularly perhaps someone with red curled hair. It looks like Metal House, funny enough. And we're getting a being of judgment. They're a being that judges. Do they have the right to judge? With the trumpet. You know, only the mighty can blow the trumpet, or else the trumpet's going to blow you away. Okay, and we have a being of strength. So one of the beings that is stealing this, involved in this stealing this, or blocking or stealing someone else's abundance or beauty or this or that, is a very physically strong person themselves. Like they have a unique gift in their physical strength that they possess, as well. And the goodness of this person's actions could show through in the beauty they possess, which is why they're not like the others, as well. Their moral character could show through in their physical appeal. Okay, 2 things about these people. I'm gonna have to look into the meanings of these, maybe, because I don't freaking know, but I might pause it instead of taking way too long on these like I do, because I keep doing that, but, someone wandering over a field sitting, growing, it might be a pumpkin, someone in a pumpkin field might be growing this, and, okay, someone's looking for a pumpkin, or a gourd, and someone's going to be carrying a lot of things away. This person's going to be looking at pumpkin at someone. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is one of these people is actually stealing from the others as well. Because this person's got their gourd or their pumpkin that they're looking at in the field, and this person is in the background. They could be moving things for them or someone else, but I'm getting they're taking a lot of things in the background, well, distracting, like, look at this, look at that pumpkin, as well. And while they're doing this, they're moving and changing a lot of things in the background. It's like the story on the Dark Crystal movie. There was a lady who was said to see all, an all-seeing mystic being. So they distracted her. They're like, look at the stars, look at this, look at that, and how beautiful they are. But while she looked up at the stars, she didn't realize it had been 1,000 years as she watched the stars move and change. And then, they corrupted the land, they started killing the people, they put their wicked corruption traps in the thing by distracting them by looking at beautiful and this or that, and they distracted them from their post by, just because you can see it all doesn't mean you can't miss what you're seeing. You know, even in some laws of psychic beings, they could have people constantly looking on these drug party locations, so they're just addicted to looking at party locations and this or that, so that they're constantly getting their mind high as well. But let's look at the physical meanings of these cards. Okay, so, someone has faith in oneself and someone is just looking at the outcome, not the path they used to get there, or, it could be those that hurt, it could be not those that hurt along the way to get there. Okay, so rest after work, disappointing returns. Okay, so someone is going to be disappointed in what they get out of something or a situation as well. Disappointing return. Someone's going to reevaluate something, and redirect their efforts. A pausing of assets of what has been achieved so far. So someone's going to get their assets paused. Someone could be overworked or underworked and disappointed. Rewards. Someone has the rewards of their labor and someone does not have the rewards of their labor. Don't lose faith. Okay. And for the outcomes, someone with their outcomes, they're just focused on the outcomes. Achievement, attainment of goal satisfactions, experience gained, rest and regeneration needed. 1d Sith. 10 of Wands shows an old man reaching his final destination. So I'm getting something, you know, there's obviously going to be a final destination involved in this. Turning vision into reality. Efforts paying off, and a cost that has been shaped by another. So someone's actions directly affecting another person. about about stolen abundance. I'm getting stolen abundance here. And then we're getting is an insight of the stolen abundance to do with the Knight of Wands. Knights are about movement or moving, so someone moving or a movement or a moving of something. Okay, so basically someone's drug fucked partying off of someone else's money that they stole. This person doesn't care who they hurt or trample on the way. So someone is getting off on stolen money and they're like, fuck yeah, I got away with it, I'm on the run, I'm moving forward, like fuck yeah, I've got this money, if someone else says I stole it, I'm moving forward, I've got all this other person's money, or this person money from hurting this other person, they don't care who they hurt to get their money, they don't care what they do, they just want to be it. Yeah, I'm getting a green energy, like a green potion, as well. Okay, so I'm seeing a unicorn to do with this, maybe just because there's a horse on there. I'm getting fish in a bucket too. 7 stars. Let's see. What does someone's love have to do with this situation? Make loving fun. Enjoyment is the glue of all relationships. Okay. So, making loving fun. But let's see something about this situation with this. Slow down. Shifting into a lower gear gives you more purchase on the road ahead and often yields better results. So someone is burning through someone else's money very quickly. They shouldn't possibly even have this money. Okay, these ones have just fell out. So we've got this one and this one. So someone is stealing from someone else. And they don't care who they hurt, they don't care what they did or how they got it. In relation to the envious, jealous one on this, hold on, we have another one here. The Page of Pentacles. So maybe this page is something getting their money or their savings or what they have stolen. You know, I myself am quite the victim of having things stolen from me. I just can't bear to hurt people, even if they're hurting me. Like, it's just too, Now, let's see about these people, the effects that some people have brought on others from these stealing situations, from the blockage of energy, and how it affects the ones who stole it as personal people. And just an all-around card. Okay. Okay, so someone tried to the perfect narcissist has tried to humiliate someone, and they've tried to expose someone, or tried to make someone hated because of the wounded inner child. So someone has been the perfect narcissist, has tried to humiliate someone based on the fact that they were abused as children to young adults, to teenagers, to do with stealing this money and this energy in abundance, because they're just jealous of this person all around. So someone is feeling an unease, but this would be very, very easy for this person to win, so it's going to be very easy to win. It's going to be a very easy decision. I can't remember which one is which. Family loyalty in reversed. I'm getting this as someone from royal descent. Someone could be a royal or royalty. But the opposite of loyalty is that there's going to be some seeds of corruption in this family. Some of these people family are quite jealous of this one individual, of other people. Maybe this person was adopted by their own family as well, and they're like, oh, you know, someone could have been getting 25,000 a year to take care of someone, and they still made them work every day, 5 to 6 days a week after school, to earn their place and keep their place and pay their rent, because they were just a burden, and they do so much for them when they were actually getting everything and every expense covered, and even getting free things out of this or that, and not taking them on all these trips they were supposed to go on, just letting everyone else go on these trips when this person was supposed to be going on the trips because the parent wanted that. Dark passion, though. Okay, so someone is trying to make a sympathetic outer dialogue. Someone is trying to make other people sympathetic towards them when they should be or they shouldn't be. Um, Maybe they should be sympathetic towards a situation, not a person. Look at it relevantly. Okay, so hold on. What this is doing to the person, a lack of self-love in reverse means they're making someone not have enough love or care for themselves and their actions and what they are and what they do, and they're making them uneasy or unsure about themselves and what they are, and they're also going to make someone hateful towards the world. They're trying to make someone hateful towards the world and everything around them, and doubt themselves and everything around them. Manipulation in the verse, I'm getting this has to do with physical manipulation, like gifts, the ability to, this is relevant to me, funny enough, but the ability to manipulate energy. I used to be able to do some things like that, also before these weird people in their black magic coins, so that's how I'm seeing this in relation to this person. My grandmother taught me we had it's called a plasma ball. It's not like, the magical plasma ball ability, but it's just like a plasma ball. It was passed down from her grandmother and her grandmother. It was like something they bought just at some random shop somewhere. I don't even know if it was a spiritual shop, but it's just that our family had used this for generations and generations as like a family heirloom that was supposed to go there, that this person, Lana, who I'm pretty sure stole a bunch of things, and said that like a child that was supposed to go there and something was never supposed to go there with like the $25,000 to get them on their way where they're supposed to go, was there also. And they, this object went missing. It was, this to me, because my grandmother has passed in the last year, so it was like a family heirloom to me that was to do with, like, manipulating energy and learning how to manipulate energy on it. You could really do it on any old plasma ball anyway, as long as there's no weird, jealous, black magic coin people turning themselves into some weird, crumbly thing. So the stolen abilities, this manipulation is people are manipulating you to try to trick your, like, physical manipulation of the elements away from you and to steal your abilities. And so some of these people in this situation, we have someone who's learnt past lessons, something about a book, someone with a book physically maybe, someone's learnt this lesson in the past but they've tried to do it again. Imposter syndrome, someone else has started trying to say they're this person to the point they actually started believing it, and sometimes they're going to realize that they're not actually this person and they're not going to do it. Imposter syndrome, they've started to believe this person to the point they're trying to, they've started trying to pretend to be this person to the point they're starting to believe they're this person. There is a little fox on this too, so like a little fox with one tails. Those are pretty cool patterns on it though, there's some pretty cool patterns there too. Duality, so someone who is only really good at one thing and one thing at a time, they only do one thing or one thing at a time, it's all about this way or that way, it's all about the alpha mentality, you do this or do that, you have no in between. So, yeah, someone like that, these people, these imposters, are very, very based on, whatever the fuck I just said things. Okay. So what is helping you, and what is helping them, what is guiding you, and what is guiding them in these situations? Okay, so for the person getting their energy and these gifts, this money and these gifts and this success and this possibly even beauty, or what I supposed to have stolen by these jealous people. Okay, and then these other people in the situations. Okay, so someone needed some deep emotional healing, someone needed help emotionally with some emotional healings from some past traumas and some past struggles and battles. Someone should have been trusting their instincts more rather than what people tell them to think. Someone is a lot tougher or was a lot tougher than they think in this situation. People might have made them think they're weak. Someone should be expressing themselves through rhythm, dancing, and movement in these situations to get the best healing outcome and be the best self they can be. And someone needs to remember to forgive people and forgive things. Compassion should be guiding them, should have been guiding them at this point in time, or maybe they were getting guided, or maybe they were getting guided by their compassion, and they shouldn't. In relation to the next one, you're overlooking some important details. Okay, so this person was being compassionate, but maybe a little bit too compassionate. They were overlooking some important details, so they should pay closer attention to what's going on around them. Maybe all this rape, this murder, this stealing, these weird Satanists or this or that, I don't know. I'm getting something to do with this someone being sexually assaulted as aid. It's very bad. Okay. So, a dog. I'm not saying it's an actual dog that raped them, although some dogs have been known to do that to humans. So someone's loyalty is being very misplaced in a bunch of people. Again, I'm getting 3 people at least. There could be at least 3 people that this person has misplaced their loyalty and their trust in. Okay, so about these other people. 3 people involved in this that someone trusted, and 2 people that these people associate with, who are in the middle helping them with this manipulation and this theft and these bad things. These 5 people in total. Okay, so the boar. Someone faces their problems head on with the confidence and courage to emerge victorious, so there's a boar. I've seen movies with a boar being depicted as a scar right here. Okay, so there's a boar. This person is very, very aware that they're stealing these things and involved in it. Okay, so an octopus, someone who practiced the ability to shapeshift, or disguising or blending themselves or disguising themselves as other people. You know, in lore there's werewolves and shapeshifters and fairies and vampires can shapeshift. There's also like witches can shapeshift and other beings can shapeshift like this or that, naturally, very naturally, without stealing or doing this or that. Some of them just can because of their heritage or their nationality or what line they come from. Okay, so this person is practicing being other people, especially to do with music. So maybe this person is practicing also mimicking other people's voices. I've done this myself, funny enough. And whether singing, playing an instrument, or listening. This person could just be practicing other people's voices and listening, playing music like other people instead of themselves. So someone's practicing being other people. So someone's preparing themselves to essentially try to be someone else. I don't know how they're going to achieve that off because they don't exactly have the exact same faces if they're pretending to be other people. Maybe it's a physical octopus demon being a chameleon standing right in front of someone raping them. I can see like this weird story of like evil chameleon people and octopus people they would refuse sex with, and so that and they claim they're better, and then like these 30 or 40-year-old men, like hundreds of years old people have been like assaulting and raping this one person and putting their own face in front of this person's face and trying to cut them constantly because they refuse sex with them, this or that, in a horrible situation, and trying to make them like their skin horrible because they had good skin and hideous, and these persons are perfect, but some of them know what they're fucking with, some of them don't know what they're fucking with. Okay, so this next one, a bird, a red being, something to do with red. A cardinal. The polarities of physical pursuits and physical pleasures are out of balance, so do what is necessary to bring them back into equilibrium. Someone was just trying to bring some balance or normality back to their life when they betrayed these people and turned on this person and started stealing these things that they knew they were stealing all along. This person might have even been friends with them once. This person had what they needed to get through life, but they might have chose to try to be something more than that, rather than just being themselves and earning to be more, getting more the rightful way. They've tried to steal from and be something more and take from these people, these rightful people, get through to the challenges. So someone had what it took to rise up to the challenge and be what they had to be in life, but this is these people involved in stealing from this person, this one person. Someone didn't go for or stand for what they believed in. They just started to listen to other people, and go to other people. And these were these 3 people, whatever these hints were accused were. These are the 3 hints for these other people that have turned on someone in this situation have been stealing from this person. And then 2 people unseen, or 2 people who are also involved that they might know who might just associate with these 3. The chimpanzee or walrus. So someone who is very intuition and intellect based, not saying they throw shit, but someone who remains vigilant or might be very vigilant right now. Someone should have been paying attention to the signs and omens and letting them pick the choices, but they're like, oh, you're intimidating me, you're insulting me, but there was literally just an omen in their face, like, what the fuck are you doing? Do you not see that there's literally an omen standing in front of you right now telling you not to do this? Okay, and I'm getting a very loud and proud person. This could be a cross-dresser as well, someone who's very loud and proud and out there pretending to be someone else. Someone's pretending to be someone else, or they could claim that this person wants to be a cross-dresser or was involved in cross-dressing when they're not. I'm getting there could be some essays, some sexual assaults in the sleep. which this person someone hates, but they're claiming this person likes because they're jealous that they can't actually rate them in real life. They could have been like, don't tell this person, don't tell that person, don't tell your mother, don't tell your sister, because they tried to assault this person and then this person fell asleep, so they beat them in their sleep, and then they did this or that and drugged them, and there were some tricky situations that they could be hiding or could not be hiding, but they're all around trying to steal from you and these people, and that was their goal. Falcon. Okay, so someone has commitment issues. They act on the opportunity in front of them, and they don't think about the long term or the commitments or the after effects. Someone has gone to or is going to go to a trusted, like a group of trusted peers and like-minded friends. In this situation, they're listening to a bunch of peers over the people they know, over the family, over the ones that trust, over the ones that help them and save them, and they're turning on a bunch of people based on a group of fucking loud and proud friends who are just really, really jealous. And if you're looking for a sign, this is it. So there's going to be a very, very obvious sign in front of or for someone. These people could be also jealous. I'm getting some of these people. Let's see if I can remember some here. Some of these people even could be jealous just because someone was considered to be more attractive by someone. Like, I'm going to give a personal example of I was friends with someone, and then their partner thought I was more attractive physically, so they turned on me and tried to do involved in some weird, like, Red Hood wearing people things and this or that, because someone they were attracted to was like, I find them more attractive than you. And a bunch of people turned on me because of it. But obviously look at me now. Hideous. Some of these people even lied about being assaulted by certain people because they posed a threat because their partner was bisexual. Okay, so we have the Six of Cups, the Two of Coins, and the Chariot. I don't really know much about these ones, but someone was very angry holding flowers, so this actually relates to the exact situation I was talking about. They're very, very angry because they had flowers they're trying to give to this person, someone's angry, but someone's looking for flowers from someone else, and they don't want to give this person up. Two of Coins. Someone was judging and balancing two coins in their hands. They wanted two things. They didn't want them for their physical value. They wanted them because, this person's attractive, this person has a job, I can make money from this person, I get something out of this person because I find them attractive. And then we have the Chariot, but this is the Chariot bursting chaos, someone getting away from the situation. Someone did not even want to have sex with these other people. Someone didn't want to be involved in cheating. This person could have been assaulted, and they got assaulted for being assaulted. Or they got stolen from being assaulted, or their friends hated them and left them because they got assaulted. I hope this one isn't to do with my reading, not all of it's to my reading. I've been through similar situations, but I'm getting there's at least many people involved in this, but I've been through some of these situations. Some of these people end up turning around and trying to say, we're friends, we're cool. I was like, well, you think I don't remember 5 nights ago or 5 months ago? Eight of Pentacles in the background. Someone is working very hard to undo something that someone started and someone built out of trust. So someone is trying very hard to undo someone's empire, what someone's built or what someone's done. So someone's jealous of what someone's done for themselves, what someone's earned for themselves. This is going to be a kind of envious person who says maybe someone doesn't deserve to have what they have or look like they look or be who they are. When this person could have forged this path for themselves, they could have made their own way in life. They could have done the things they claim they've never done. To do with this, so it's quite a jealous, envious, and wickedly evil person. This is my new room. Look at my clothes pile. This is my clothes pile I haven't put away yet. Okay, and then the Nine of Wands. So, someone is looking at things around them. They're looking which one to choose, looking which one to pick, and looking which one to take. And they're trying to find the right one, and they're going to have to do it very delicately to find the right one for them. It's going to have to be very delicate. To find the one that they want, so very, very delicate. And the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So someone's looking to throw something away or discard something. Someone's looking to throw something away or discard something in evidence? Okay, so in relation to someone trying to take something delicately and looking around to pick out of 9 different things or something, I hope this doesn't have something to do with trying to hide evidence of what someone's done to a young person. So someone might be walking around physically somewhere right now trying to hide evidence of what they've done to someone, or someone's kid, or someone's wife, or someone's family. That's why they had to be delicate. So I'm getting someone who's looking around trying to hide evidence of what they've done right fucking now, like right physically now. They're trying to hide some evidence. So a very limited window to find this evidence. Who this or that from seeing or hearing this. Okay, so wish upon a star in reverse. Usually people wish upon a star, but for someone in particular, these stars are wishing on you. These stars are wishing for you. So most people wish upon a star, but in this case, I'm getting the stars are wishing on someone. Stars are wishing on a person. An Aqualuna, but in reverse. So someone is no longer grateful. Someone no longer has the blessings. So what's the opposite or reversing of a lunar? So like maybe the end of a lunar cycle? And the opposite of a paper airplane, so something's crashing and falling, so like a broken paper airplane on trust. Could have something to do with the last card, maybe a situation that started to do with an paper airplane in someone's memory. Someone might have met someone over a paper airplane, but this relationship is crashing and going south. And let's see what's going to happen around or based on this. Okay, so the Three of Wands, the King of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups in reverse. So someone appears to be a resourceful queen to do with the king, but they're actually out-resourcing someone and taking what they have constantly and stealing from them. And this person to stay with this king to stay with this queen character is losing out on a fucking lot, and it's taking a lot of what they have, and it's taking a lot of what they're saved and their energy and their finances and what they have and have earned. So this person's taking a lot of what they have from the other person. And we have underneath this person, there is these three people. So again, I mean these three people. These could even be parents or relatives of this one person as well. Okay, so the queen. I'm seeing a skull in cigarette smoke. So someone has tried to do a curse. So maybe someone could be a smoker, and someone tried to curse the cigarettes because they said they don't deserve to look the way they do. They should look more like this. I think it's unfair or unnatural. So they're trying to make this person look as they think they should look rather than as they do look, which is very, very bad, putting the swing of the universe and what should be off, because they would look as they're supposed to look unless they had surgery. Curse smoking, certain beings in mythology are healthier with smoke. Not always particularly cigarette smoke, because it's bad and it can cause cancer, but smoke is very good for some beings as well, but not for all. Like some of them, it makes them healthier. It's usually nothing that's particularly perceived as good, though. And then we've got the Three of Wands. So someone is taking 3 bouts of guidance. This isn't in relation to 3 people, but someone is going to take 3 pieces of advice from this situation, and they're going to be like walking along casually, but if something runs up too close to them too quickly, they are going to be ready to attack, and this person's going to be ready to attack or do something or even spy at something, which is bad because you're not supposed to spy or taunt, because that can affect someone forever if you taunt them. I was gonna do one of this, but I've got like 3%. Oh my god, why is up with this reoccurring number fucking 3 everywhere? I've got 3% left on my phone. Okay, so alignment. Someone is disaligned. Someone is not aligned with what they should be, where they should, or be what they should. So someone is causing disalignment. Someone is causing and sowing disalignment in somewhere in some groups. They're trying to stop people in groups from meeting and being together and getting truth they should get. Cultivation. So someone is actually cultivating. Someone is cultivating. Someone's flowers should be growing in life. Someone's flowers should be glowing. Someone's garden should be blossoming. Someone's garden should be abundant. But someone has tried very hard to make sure this doesn't happen. So look for witchcraft. Look for poison. Look for something that someone's been burying in people's yards that shouldn't be there around this person. I know my last housemate Josh tried to do some weird witchcraft jars to curse to this or that. I don't know what the fuck their problem was, but they were quite jealous that they didn't have this or that. They were blatantly just jealous bitches. I also think they were jealous of people that had skills and strength, so they were quite often trying to steal it. He was very much like a wolf in sheep's clothing type character, and he straight up admitted it to me, because I knew and he knew that I knew. I knew pretty fucking quickly. I've dealt with these ones before. Sadness, not like the one himself though. Sadness. So someone is quite sad about something or a situation. I'm seeing a being with black horns, but it's not like the others, you know. Some beings with black horns might be mistaken for others because there's like, you know, you got the cherubim or the cherub angels who have the bird-like nose face, and I don't know what lions look like. Apparently they can be big foreheads, some people relate to, so I'm not sure if that matches up or not. And the ox-like face with like the weird scruffy beard and the horns here, and then the man-like face, which is just like the one they would look like if they were in the human-looking one. But yeah, and they can have like, they can be quite scary in their original depictions. Apparently real angels can be quite scary because they get talons, which is kind of like, I don't know if it's more like a dragon or eagle, they get like their hands turned to talons, and they can have like browny, bronzy, copper skin and stuff. And I was thinking that the depictions look cool, but imagine if it was more terrifying. I don't know, I've never really seen one. I'd probably, my eyeballs would probably explode and I'd burn. And then we've got uncertainty. Someone's quite uncertain about something. I'm seeing something to do with these Hayoka characters on the videos, uncertain or unsure about something. But you know, let the truth guide you. Let the truth guide you and set you free. Don't try to avert what is, know what was, and what is. Okay, I think I got like, what, 2 to 1% on my phone left before it. My terrible, terrible videos. Now let's see. Which evil beings might they be working with to achieve this? Okay. Whoa. Anyway. Okay, so these other beings in this situation for you are working with, I think it's this one, they're working with PHENEX, this being here, with the many invisible fearless snake bird being feathered thing. I think that's the bad equivalent, and then there's ANIEL, the good equivalent. I've got to do this before phone battery runs out. Okay. And they're working from a place of greed, so these beings are very greedy. They can't accept people having what they have earned rightfully. With FORAS, forest, greed. LECABEL, Lesabel, intellectual talent, is the polar opposite of that. Okay, and the other one these beings might be working with is SEERE, which is dangerous writing. Someone is just doing some dangerous cursed writings randomly. Some people, they could be pretending to be someone else. It reminds me of a situation with someone. This person could be like, oh, this is a made-up language that I don't know what it is, but they actually know what it is and they're cursing people. I myself have just drawn symbols and people said it looks like a made-up language, which is not the same thing. They could be pretending to do that, but people told me to do that whenever I think it, which could be good, could be bad. And then we have IABAMIAH on the other side of it, you know. It reminds me of people saying people look the same when people might not, maybe are not all supposed to look the same as well, because, you know, some people could go from, like, looking what they look like to looking, like, older or, like, looking like they're not supposed to, and the reason these people look similar is because they're all trying to steal it. And these people end up looking all really similar when they're all supposed to look different. It's not natural for them to all look the same. ANDREALBHUS, unhappy voyages, so an unhappy journey or an unhappy situation, unhappy situation. DAMABIAH, fortune and wisdom. I don't know if any of these are good ones. MANAKEL, knowledge of good and evil, and the last being to watch out for is CIMEIES, physical and moral imperfections. I don't think that's true, because me, myself, I gotta finish this basically now, but when I choose stones in life, I always went for the imperfect ones, because something can look perfect, but that's purely aesthetic. Like the ones with these little cracks in them, they might have a little crack here, a little scratch here, but some of those stones can survive more more of a drop. Obviously, against like some pushing and crushing weight, sometimes it has to be a perfectly formed one, but some of the imperfect ones have their most uniquest like looks. Even when you look at them in certain lights, people love the ones I get. They're like, oh my god, that looks so cool in the light from this or that angle. It's like, well, I chose the imperfect ones, and they have their uniqueness, and you can only see them when you look at them from the beauty they have, not what you want to be in this perfect weird thing. I don't know, it's weird. But anyway, friend's about to die. Peace, love, light, sexual organs, whatever you want in life, don't eat them. Okay, good night, bye.